Hello there, kids. Welcome back to a new episode of Cooking with Kyle. Today I'm going to be making a steak. And, okay, let me stop talking in British accent. But today I'm going to be making my world famous steak. It would be nice if I had some mashed potatoes, but that's a lot of carbs, so no. So, let's get into it. So the first thing you're going to need to do, you guessed it, open the steak. That's kind of necessary to steak cooking. So, yeah, just do that. It's a good thing I know how to edit videos.
Hold it up here so I can see.
Probably. That'd be great. Yeah, it's a good thing I know how to edit so I can take all this out. Just gonna, move that.
Is the coffee in there?
Nope. Gonna get a better angle from over here. Okay. So, the things you're gonna need to season the steak are butter. You have to make sure it's not melted, but it has to be warm so that it's soft because you're gonna have to rub it on. This is my preferred seasoning, Montreal steak seasoning, and then just regular salt. So just put all this over here and then take the steak out. These look really, really good. And these are sirloins, so if you decide to use another type of steak, then you're gonna have to, season it differently and heat the oven up to a different temperature. But anyway, though, hold up. All right, so then the next thing you're gonna want to do is put the butter in a container like this, and then you add some seasoning into this, and you have to stir it up. So let me get a spoon, because you want this to be blended in very well. So gonna need kind of a lot of seasoning because it's a lot of steaks and everything. I might need more butter than this, honestly, because this probably won't be enough. You need a lot of butter, a lot of seasoning. Oh god, this is... Okay, hold on. Alright, so then the next thing you have to do is you have to get... I prefer to use one of these little thingies. And you take the butter and you gotta rub it on the steaks. Like so. Very simple. Okay, so when you're done with that step, your steak should look something like this, just butter and seasoning. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna sprinkle a little salt over it. So you gotta be very careful not to put too much. Now, depending on how thick your steak is, you might wanna put more or less, because these are pretty thin, but if you're using a very fat steak, you're gonna wanna put oh god, that was kind of a lot right there. But if you're using a fat steak, you're gonna wanna put a lot of salt on it and more seasoning in general, because it's gonna have to get through a lot. But you'd be surprised how little seasoning will go. Oh god, see, and that's one issue. The butter comes off a lot, so you kind of have to have a lot of, you gotta be ready to put it on the other thing. But usually at this point I put them on the thing, and then I just pick the butter up with here and then put it on there. So yeah, I'll do that right now. Another thing that can taste good on it is if you put garlic salt on it as well, just to give it a different type of flavor. So it usually tastes pretty good. You gotta put a little bit because you don't want it to be too salty, because you're putting 3 different types of salt on it, so gotta be careful with how much of each you use. Put that and then put the regular salt on top of it, just to make sure it's in prime condition. Oh my god, I put way too much. Okay, well, no big deal. Pretend that didn't happen. Okay. And then put it on the pan. Into 375 degrees, and have the steaks ready on this thing, and just wait for it to heat up, I guess. So one thing that'll help you guys a lot is if you have one of those little thingies that tells you what temperature your meat is, because if you want it to be a specific type of done, you have to have one of those, but we don't really have one, so I'm just gonna hope I don't burn it. So you should probably get one, because that's a little more reliable than hoping. So okay, now I just set a timer for 5 minutes, and then you'll see what it looks like when it gets done. And usually I'll end up flipping it over and then putting it on for a couple minutes on the other side. But when the steaks are as thin as this, it might just be done in 5 minutes. So the timer went off and it was nowhere near ready. So I just put it on for 2 more minutes and I'll check the progress. Okay, in total I had to cook these for probably like 15 minutes, but you can cook them for longer depending how well you want them. But yep, this is about done. So yeah, thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.